Well, there we go. We are all hooked, ready to go. We are headed to Reinhardt in Shawano, Wisconsin. From the yard here, it is 898 miles. And stop and go. R70 here does not have a right-way system, so I'll install it on this one. So, by my calculations, sorry if you couldn't hear me. By my calculations, R74, that's John's trailer. He had that one put on the shop there, I think. So John's trailer has one. I don't know why we call it John's trailer, but whatever. I think he calls it John's trailer. He wants John just to haul it, so if it gets any yellow paint marks on it, we know who hit the pole. All right, enough with the pole. Let's see. So R74 has a right-way system on it. R71 does. I put that one on. This one doesn't. So this is, I'm going to be doing this one. This is R70. 69 I put on. I can't remember if I put 68 on or not. I think I've only done, is it 2? Seems like 3. Maybe it's only 2. Maybe 71 and 69, and this will make the third one. I think that's right. So eventually, I think the plan is to get them on all of them. That'd be nice. And then once I get off my butt this week, tear my dash back apart. I got a little issue though. He gave me the dump valve. And I stopped at a Kenworth dealer and I talked to a Kenworth dealer. and we talked about installing one on this truck and what it would take. And they brought out, there was a guy there, a mechanic there, that I guess has built like trucks up from the ground, gotten old trucks and rebuilt them or something. So they went and got him and talked to him about adding it on, because there is no like kit that I guess you can buy or something like that to add it onto a truck. I don't know. That seems silly to me. But he came out and we talked about it, and we looked at what the truck has in it, and a leveling valve has a separate port in it, and that is for the dump. And he's like, it's pretty simple. He says you could do it with just kind of like an, like a pull switch or something for like an air. He's like, all you need is air pressure. Just find an airline that has a constant air going to it, feed it into a switch, and then you just run that line to the leveling valve to the dump port. And he said, and then what you do is just put that hose in there, and then, oh jeez, car almost took off my front corner there. And he said, and when you flip that switch, it'll put air into the dump valve on the leveling valve, which will make it discharge and lower. And I was like, oh, okay. I would think that there'd be something that would release the air. That's what I figured, but he said no. He says it puts air to it, and then that makes it deflate. And I was like, all right. And I said, well, would you happen to have the switch? And they went back and they looked all through their switches, and they didn't have that switch. They had one that was for a PTO, and they had another one for something, for a tag axle. And I started thinking about it, and it had 1/4-inch ports where I could run the line in and everything. And I started thinking about it, and I'm like, let's put the right one in. That way it looks right and everything else. And so they were like, yeah, and it's got some wire plug-ins on it. And I said, the wires probably won't match up, the harness won't match up, blah, blah, blah. I said, so let's get the right one. So they got me the right, so they gave me, they looked it up, they didn't have it, and they looked up the number. And I said, well, could I just have the part number? And it was like 160 bucks or something like that. And I said, I don't come back here much. I just kind of hate to order it here. I don't know when I'll go back here. And it was up by Wausau. And I said, could I just have the part number, and then I'll see if my boss can get it at, a Kenworth dealer that we go to. And I says, and then he'll get a discount too. He has an account there or something. He'll get a discount. He goes, oh yeah, that makes sense. So he gave me the part number, and I gave it to my boss, and he went online and he found it for 70 bucks. And he just ordered it up to his house. Well, he got it and he left it there for me. And I don't know how it works. There's no air port. There is no air deal for this. So I'm kind of wondering. Wondering if the leveling valve has some wires that goes to it, that it has a plug in it. Because if it does, then this would make sense. There's probably a wire harness inside the dash, and that would plug into this, and maybe it's electronic. Maybe it's, because they said that they looked up my serial number, and they said I have a dump leveling valve installed on this truck. It said it came with it. So maybe it's electronic. I don't know. I guess I could crawl underneath there and see if it's got wires to it. And if it does, I pull the dash apart. There should be a wire harness someplace behind the dash that will plug into this. And this thing has 2, 4, 6, 8 little plugs. So it's going to be a whole harness till it snaps into it. If that's the case, then I don't need to run a 1/4-inch air line back to the leveling valve. I hope this works out. If it doesn't, I'm going to stop at the Kenworth dealer and find out what the hee-haw. And hopefully the wire harness is back there. I mean, hopefully you don't have to buy some wire harness to go from the switch to another wire harness. Because we know Larry doesn't like messing with electrical stuff. No, he doesn't. For everybody that's already commented in this video about Rain-X, I have Rain-X. I have bought the stuff that you put on the window and rub it all in. I've even bought the Rain-X glass cleaner that you're supposed to clean it with before you put the actual Rain-X stuff on. And the only stuff I don't have is the stuff you dump into your washer fluid. Nice to mix into your washer fluid that every time you clean your windows it puts a little Rain-X on there. I don't have that because I stopped at Fleet Farm and bought the stuff. It's, you know, like a farm supply hardware place they have in Wisconsin, and I stopped there and they did not have that stuff. Thing is, I plan on getting the truck washed day 16 and not getting the truck washed scenario. Because, you know, it always bugs and everything on it and all dirty, so I figured I'd get it washed, and then after I got it washed, then I'll do the whole Rain-X procedure. I only got so much time to do things. I'm really dogging out. So hopefully this dump switch works, because I really got excited about getting a dump switch. It's really nice. Every time you have to drop a trailer, it's really nice. Unhook everything and then just flip a switch and the airbags drop down and you just pull out from underneath it nice without dropping the trailer so hard, and then your suspension rebounds and pulls your tires up off the ground. And another feature of it is I do plan on getting a couple tire chains. I don't think I'm going to need, you know, tire chains for everything. I was kind of just thinking getting two sets, just so I could have, you know, a set on one axle. To tell you the truth, I've only put chains on a truck one time, and I live in Wisconsin. I've only had to chain one time. But there was one time that I was in a loading dock, and this happens once in a while. You'll back down into a loading dock, and the loading dock will have a pretty good angle on it, and you back down in there in the wintertime, and they unload you, and once you get unloaded, all your weight comes off the truck, and it's snowy and icy, you can't get back out. It happens to trucks all the time. You'll go into some places and people just be sitting there spinning and spinning and spinning, just smoking the tires, trying to heat the ice up and everything to melt it so they can get a little bit of traction. And if I can get this dump valve working, I can show you guys a really cool trick on how to put chains on a truck without even moving the truck. It's really neat. I was talking to one of the subscribers, and we were talking about this dump valve thing, and I told him about this, and he's been around trucking all his life, and he was like, I've never heard of that being done. I said, yep, well, I've done it. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool, I'll say. Well, there was our first climb up and out of Frederick. And now we only got 888 miles to go. Hey guys, here we are in Breezewood, Pennsylvania. I'll show you something funny. Kind of make me look a little foolish. Look up on your right there. You see that sign that says Black and Gold Headquarters. I've always thought it was like black gold. You know, like out in what, South Dakota or whatever, isn't that black gold or whatever they call it out there? I've always thought, oh, it's like a, you know, one of those gold stores that sells black gold from the Dakotas or something, you know. I've never thought about it really. And I saw a billboard back up the road, and it had it, and it said your black gold headquarters. And I looked at the billboard, and it had the Pittsburgh Steelers on there. I'm like, hey, they got black and gold in their uniforms. Oh! And I went, I figured it out. Yeah, that's right. Hey guys, here we are. Running across the toll road in Pennsylvania, and we're getting ready to say bye-bye to Mr. Toll Road. You got this bar none up here that's just like going super, super slow. We're finally kind of running out of the rain a little bit. Probably about 5-10 miles back, the rain started letting up a little bit, which is good. The sun is kind of trying to poke out. Say hello. Come on, people. Come on, you can do this. I believe in you. I really, really, really do believe in you. Squeak, 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 squeak. Looks like I'm not gonna get past Mr. Bar None. Mr. Bar None is driving on the shoulder there. Come on here, buddy. Stomp on her. There we go, dear ladies and germs. That truck or that Jeep really wants to go into that lane. It's empty. We have made her to Ohio. Out here on 70, running westbound. Time to kick the tires, light the fires. Let's get her going here, boys and girls. We have ourselves 728 miles to go to Shawano, Wisconsin. I have 2.5 hours, 2 hours and 38 minutes to be exact, left of run time, drive time for the day. I think I'm going to go past Columbus. I think I'm going to see, I'm going to go up around and I'll do my usual thing with the 33 and all that stuff. And I think that I will go, there's a rest area as soon as you get on 33. So I think I'll go that way and hit that first rest area and got put Betty by time. Yes, it will be. That's their plan. Yep, it is. What's going on next? I am actually picking up a load tomorrow. A lot of people have been sending me comments, you know, how is John off? So many days and you never get off. That's because John's lazy. He's a lazy bum. I actually do need to get home, but it just didn't happen. I'm thinking I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to talk to the boss about it. Because I had something come up that I may need to be home for. And it's the same week as Thanksgiving, so I'm thinking maybe I'll just take that whole week off. That'll give me an opportunity to get some time to get some things done too and stuff, being off for a whole week. And just stay out running. Kind of what I'm thinking. I don't know. But we are going to be picking up a load at Nestle in Little Chute, Appleton, whatever you want to call it. And that load will be heading to Fort Worth, Texas. Might be a load of pizzas coming to Fort Worth, Texas. So we still have our rainy, it's kind of just drizzly stuff, but it's a lot better what it was. Boy, it was raining hard out in Maryland. First few hours in Pennsylvania there, it was coming down. There we go. There's our 70 miles an hour. Yeah. Been looking for that. Variable speed limit. I had to. Well, I'm going to choose the faster one. Okay. Telling me fuel. So I'll probably have to pull over in a year. At least the next 3 hours I'll have to pull over. Get me some fuel. So I'll let you guys go. I hope everyone out there is having themselves a great day, a great night. You're watching this here video. If you are not, well, we certainly can change that all around. Try it all over again tomorrow. I'll catch you later. Bye.